Peter Maggs. I head up the education area here at the Australian Children's Television Foundation, and I'd like to introduce my colleague, Janine Kelly, who is the Curriculum Officer here at the ACTF. Janine, welcome.
Hi, nice to meet everybody. Thanks, Peter.
And what we're hoping to do is to walk people through what's our revamped ACTF website, and particularly the resources that you can use in the classroom to hopefully enhance learning and teaching with your students. We started the revamp of the website late last year, and the main aim was to simplify it so it was easier to find the things that would be relevant to you and your students, with less clicks and only 3 sections in the education area. Hopefully when you come in you instantly recognise a whole range of the TV series or films that we've been involved in here at the ACTF. There's also the shop, so if you just want to jump straight to where if you wanted to buy a DVD of one of our series or a digital download, there's the shop there. There's also the TV guide, so if you want to see what ACTF related series are on, there's a weekly TV guide that shows you where programs are on the website. But I'll jump into the education area, and as you can see when I just hover over the menu there, the 3 sections are ACTF Content, meaning all of our TV shows, films, books and apps. There's then support materials, and then there's news and events. The support materials are really teacher resources, whether they be resources that can be used in the class with students, whether they're professional learning resources. One of the new features which we've thought about quite a bit and we'd probably be keen to get feedback on is that we've, as well as all of the individual resources around programs and resources for teachers, we've created what we call packages, where if you look for a particular program, so for example you can see Bushwhacked is there, and this is the package for Bushwhacked, and if I select and if I go view resource bundle, this is the Bushwhacked bundle. So in this way you can see all of the content, which there's 3 of the series 1, 2 and 3 of the TV series of Bushwhacked, and further down these are the support resources, either study guides or they could be student activities that you can look at, and then down the bottom other things that you can obviously buy in terms of whether they're the DVDs or digital downloads. So we've tried to make it that rather than have to head off to 3 or 4 different sections of the site to find where are the DVDs or where are the study guides or where are teacher resources, they're all bundled together in packages. And in that way we thought that would be much easier for a teacher to jump in and say, okay, I'm interested in the series, what else is there that scaffolds the series that I can use, and they can jump in quickly and have a look at that. So they're in the packages under education. Jean, you want to add anything to that around the packages?
Not so much. We have new packages on the way. We are in the midst of putting together a Dance Academy package ahead of the new Dance Academy movie.
Yep.
Bundling together the series and all of the support materials, study guides and external website that's available for Dance Academy. So you won't see packages made yet for all of our content, but that's what we'll adding to.
Rolling them out over time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just jumped in, I've gone back up to education, I've jumped to ACTF Content, and as I mentioned a little bit earlier, this has all of our content, meaning either TV series, films, books or apps. Whereas previously lots of things were in different sections, we thought, well really most people are coming to the ACTF because of a particular TV series they're interested in, or as a film might have been Paper Planes, it might have been one of the books, could be the My Place book. So you'll find all of the series here. Janine will go into depth in this section a little bit in a minute, but as you scroll down, as I scroll down, you can see the films. Again, Janine will talk about how these are based now. You can just flick through the carousel here. So for example, TV programs, I'm just clicking on the carousel, little arrow to the right, and I can quickly see some of those programs. Janine will show how you can jump off and view all of them if you wish. And then for films and books, and down the bottom, we only have 2 apps, which is the Little Lunch app and the My24 app, but anything we have in those areas you'll find here as a snapshot. If I jump back up, just quickly I'll go to support materials. Again, Janine will walk through this in a bit more detail. But what we've got in here are teacher resources, things that can be used in the classroom with students, and Janine will talk a bit more about that in a minute. We've got study guides, which again we'll go into a bit more detail in a moment. We've developed a lot of study guides over the years for our programs, and we probably feel that perhaps they're a little bit underutilised and that maybe teachers weren't aware, or if they just saw it was a text link off to a PDF. The study guides are beautifully done, visually they're really nicely done, so we wanted to make sure that people were aware of all of the study guides we have. They're all freely available and they can be downloaded as a PDF and used. Professional learning, so we've run something that we think is obviously related to teacher professional learning. That's also got a section here. So as I mentioned, this session we're doing now will be video. We'll polish it up, upload it. It will become a professional learning resource, hopefully around how an update on the website and how it can be used. So that's there. And then external websites, because we have links off to things like the My Place website, which I know many of you are aware of and have been using. Things like Lockie Leonard for teachers, Mortified for teachers, the You're Skidding Me Sketch-O-Matic script writing website. They're all external. They're our websites, but they have their own separate destination rather than just being part of the ACTF's website. And finally, news and events. Obviously, we're running something in terms of professional learning or a student webinar. So, for example, I know Margaret Mary was involved with her students from Gladstone West Primary School on Monday in the Dance Academy webinar. We ran with Joe Werner and Alicia Bannett. So we're running, and we will be running, more webinars for students throughout the year, or other professional learning events, or things that we think will be useful for teachers. We'll be flagging that in the news and events section. So they're the three sections. I've done a quick, probably a very quick overview of those, but I'll stop there because I've gone over time for my bit, and pass over to Janine, and she can walk you through in a little bit more depth some of those sections around the content, the support materials, and the news and events.
Yep, I might just mention on the home page as well that we've got our subscribe. This is the nice big yellow button on our education homepage. That's where you'll get all of our fortnightly or so updates about upcoming events, news. We highlight resources which are relevant. So for example, our latest e-news had something about Anzac Day, because teachers might be looking for those kind of resources in the upcoming weeks. So I'd encourage everybody to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And down the bottom we also have a link to our ClickView partnership here. Another way to view ACTF content if the school has ClickView. So I might just get started through the different pages now. We've got the ACTF content page as the first of our three sections. As Peter showed you, this is now broken up into TV, films, books and apps to make it a little bit easier to find everything. We've got the carousel. Rather than having a big long list of everything to scroll down, hopefully these carousels are making it easier to find different content. Just to click through, kind of in a similar way that you might with iTunes or Netflix, you can click across rather than having to scroll all your way down. Now once you're inside one of these areas, whether it's TV or film, that's when you can do a search by curriculum area or by theme. So we've recently updated our search terms to make sure that the learning areas are aligned with the Australian curriculum. Once you have gone into some of the content, whether it's TV or films, if you click this filter button here on the search, that will allow you to search a bit more specifically for what you're after. Margaret Mary, you said you were teaching health and PE. Yeah, we have a lot of resources in that kind of area. I'm just doing a quick search here for middle years health and PE, and you'll see some relevant content come up. So lots of Dance Academy there, of course, but also things, I'm not sure if you, Handball Heroes, Lockie Leonard, Ready for This is another great one. Awesome. So this is, the search feature is, I think, been a bit improved in this update to our website. So all of the learning areas are aligned with the curriculum. You'll also see a list of themes that you could search by if you're searching for something, I don't know, about animals or leadership. Those, as I said, we're adding new themes all the time and kind of editing this area. Yes, so that search will work in any of those areas. I was just in TV, but if you click into films or books, you can do a search there as well. Into our support materials. So as Peter said, this is where all of our study guides are kept, other teaching resources, professional learning. I'll click into this teaching resources, which we have a lot of content in here. Now it's not just Word documents or PDFs with questions that can be used. We've also put in our webinars, other bits and pieces that we think will be useful for teachers to use in the classroom.
Yep, so there might be, for example, case study videos we've done with schools that have been using our content that could be here as well. It's examples of how teachers are using it in the classroom.
So if I do a similar search, the same search we had before, but now within the teaching resources area, this will search the resources as opposed to the content. So to search the TV programs and films, you want to be in our content tab, and to search the teaching materials, you'll be inside the support materials tab. Now this will bring up quite a range of things. So you can see the icons will give you a clue about what we've got. This icon here is it means an external website of ours. So we've got the Dance Academy external website, external websites for some other series, study guides, which Peter said are freely available. So we've given them their own tab because these are really nicely produced study guides. They're multiple pages, they've got all the curriculum links outlined. Often these are shows that are, so for example, Bushwhacked is still currently showing on free-to-air television, so these study guides can be used without necessarily purchasing a DVD or anything, so, and they might also just give great ideas that you could use, teaching and learning activities that can be used with a different series or in lots of different ways. So you can see it's got curriculum areas for all those different learning areas. That's all linked to the Australian curriculum. Lots of different themes in there. I think we're about to link to this in our upcoming e-news for Earth Day. A great resource for sustainability. Professional learning, we have put in here our previous webinars, podcasts that we've made in the past. Now there's lots of useful things in here to give a kind of behind the scenes look at some of our content. We have interviews with directors,
That's right.
actors.
So for example, there's Robert Connolly, the director of Paper Planes. There's the conversation with him. Tony Ayres, who was a writer on Nowhere Boys. So in terms of the expertise behind the series, whether it's the director, the writers, the producers, there's some really lovely 20-30 minute podcasts as well as video interviews with those people. And
as well as the behind the scenes aspect, we've also got some great resources in here showing how other teachers have used ACTF content in the classroom. As Peter said, the last section in our support materials there is the list of external websites. So we've got, I'm sure that a lot of people will have heard of the My Place website, still a very popular place, lots of great resources for teaching lots of themes. Now we might just move on to news and events, which is our last section on the new website. If you subscribe to our e-newsletter, you'll see the items in the e-newsletter get put up here into the news website after that's gone out to teachers. So as I mentioned before, our latest issue had highlighted some of our Anzac Day teaching resources, also a new educational program that's coming out next month, which will be a great one to look out for, Little J and Big Cuz. So you'll find our latest news. There's also an archive of our e-news, there we go, an archive of our past editions of the education news. So you can go right back a few years here and see what was going on at the ACTF during that time. In this news and events section, we also flag upcoming professional learning events. Well, we're currently doing our...
We're doing this one, so that we haven't got our next one in
yet,
but there'll be a new one soon.
And you'll also find e-learning opportunities for students. So this is where our recent Dance Academy webinar was listed. One of the next steps for us is to be creating some kind of packages around themes. we have the education packages up there for our content, so the little lunch package or Dance Academy package is coming, but we'd also like to create some packages around themes. This is an area where we were keen to get your feedback. Are there any themed kind of packages that you would like to see the ACTF put together? I also like the idea of some packages around the cross-curricular priorities. We have quite a lot of shows linked to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander histories and perspectives, or also the general capabilities, putting together a package around personal and social capability or ethical understanding. There's also the contact education form, which if you have any follow-up feedback for us, or we'd certainly be very keen to hear if you've had a little play around on the website after our session today to hear how you think it went. Any constructive criticism or positive feedback, we'd love to hear to help us going forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for those that have attended today.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
And thank you to Janine for
Thanks,
walking us
Peter.
through in depth.
And thanks Lily for being behind the scenes there, our eyes and ears.
Thank you very much, Ellie.